All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Two Dudes podcast. I'm Rick. That's Kevin. And we got another podcast episode for you today. Kevin, how you doing?
Doing all right, can't complain. Just looking outside, like if it's gonna start raining, let's get this shit over with.
Man, I was looking at that and I hate to bring this up because I'm probably going to dig my own hole. Every year, I have this running, recurring joke, fact, whatever you want to call it. I tell Heather, it never rains on my birthday. She had to break it down and say, yeah, it's going to rain tomorrow. It went from 70% chance to a 60% chance to a 30. And I had to open my mouth and say, look, chances are getting slim. Then it popped back up to 60 this morning. So it's going to start raining tonight and it's going to rain all day tomorrow. So it is what it is. I tried. I failed.
Kudos to you, birthday boy. I'll make sure I have a shot at Crown tonight in your honor.
Yes, I will be starting the second half of the century.
You'll be 51?
Yes, sir. Black don't crack, baby. Remember,
on the golf course.
If I shave, I look like I'm 12, so I'm good.
12,000. Okay.
What? Don't hate.
I'm looking at you.
Don't hate. Anyway, we got a lot to get to here. Let's run through it. There's this little thing last night called the Oscars that none of us really care about anymore. I'll get to that in a minute. But there was a problem that everybody was up in arms with last night because, as you know, one of the guys that was up for the Best Actor award was the late Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
And in his final film, he was in contention with a few others for the Oscar. Last night, and I didn't watch the Oscars, I'm just going off of what I've seen and read today. They played a lot of R&B music throughout the telecast. They even switched it around because traditionally they go Best Actress, Best Actor, and then the Best Film. They went with the Best Film, then the Best Actress, and they closed with the Best Actor. So everybody's like, oh man, they going out on a strong note. They gonna give it to Chadwick and go out on top. Anthony Hopkins won Best Actor last night. So people were upset. Some movie called The Father. Now keep in mind, Chadwick's movie, it was called Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that movie either. And I understand that people are upset because of it, but here's the reason why I don't take issue with it. He didn't get beat out by Joe Blow off the street. Anthony Hopkins is an actor. He has spent the last, 50 years honing his craft. If you're going to lose to anybody, it may as well be Anthony Hopkins. Now, also, just because the man died, God rest his soul, that doesn't automatically mean that he should get the Oscar. It just doesn't. I mean, if that's the case, why didn't he win it playing James Brown? Why didn't he win it playing Jackie Robinson? Hell, why didn't he win it playing Black Panther? That's just where I stand on it. I figure we just a little bit too in our feelings to really understand the nature of this. And this is not giving the Oscars a free pass, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. But as far as the loss, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I see it like this. When it's all said and done, everybody wants that cookie cutter finish. Everybody wants that Disney movie ending, and that's what that would have been had he won. But what people fail to realize, Netflix has only been prevalent in the awards, 2 years now?
Yeah.
They're not going to give leading actors to somebody off a Netflix movie just yet. They haven't even won Best Picture yet, if I'm not mistaken. So that's not about to happen just yet. As far as him losing to Anthony Hopkins, really don't care. Anthony Hopkins, in my mind, is a nobody. His last big movie was Transformers. Come on, dude.
Wait. Whoa. Anthony Hopkins? Are we talking about the same dude? I'm talking about Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, he was in Transformers.
Doing what?
He was in the last one.
Doing what?
Shit, I don't know. He was wasn't that him, the old white guy?
I don't remember no Anthony Hopkins in Transformers.
When they went to England, he was in Transformers. His
Okay.
his Transformer was his butler.
I had to take your word for it because I don't think I've seen the last Transformers movie because Transformers movies have gotten kind of stupid after a while. But I'll get to that later on in the show because of a message that you sent me. But finishing up with the Oscars.
That wasn't that bad. You need to watch it.
The reason why
I mean, it would have been a perfect way if Chadwick would have won it, but that wasn't gonna happen. I mean, because the movie really wasn't that good. I ain't hear a lot about it. I ain't hear a lot about the role he did. So, I mean, you wouldn't give somebody some of shits and giggles. There's award shops everywhere. Go make an award, give it to somebody, but it wasn't deserved. And I don't think he would want something just because either.
No. Now the Oscars, like I said, they're not getting a free pass. And here's the reason why. I am so sick to death of these little artsy fartsy movies winning Best Picture. How can you say that a movie is the best movie released that year when only 5 people have seen it? To me, the big blockbusters must be the best picture. Everybody wants to see it over and over again. People are talking about it over and over again. Ain't nobody talking about The Father. I never heard of that movie until this morning. I barely heard of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I really did. So I'm sick of this. And the reason why I bring this up, I'm going over the last 10 movies that won the best picture nomination.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna ask you a question about these 10 movies because I'm pretty sure the answer is 2 or less. But anyway, last year, a movie called Parasite won. In 2019, Green Book won. In 2018, The Shape of Water. The year before that, Moonlight. In 2016, Spotlight. In 2015, Birdman. In 2014, 12 Years a Slave. 2013, Argo. 2012, The Artist. And well, I'll get to 1990 in a second, but out of those that I mentioned, how many have you seen?
I've seen Argo, and maybe wherever the one was for 19 or 18, I may have seen that.
2018 was The Shape of Water.
Okay, I didn't see that. What was 19?
2019 was Green Book. It was that movie with Mahershala Ali, and
I've seen that. That was on at the cigar bar I went to one day. So I really didn't watch it per se, but I heard it. So I say the only thing I really watched was Argo.
But the thing is, these are movies that aren't even popular, that people don't even know about. And the reason why I said I'd get to 1990, I'm jumping a decade, but Driving Miss Daisy. I might have stumbled on parts of that because it was shown 30 times on HBO once upon a time. And the reason why I want to talk about them and Green Book, those were both the 2 years that Spike Lee had a very powerful black movie come out, a very powerful pro-black movie come out. And both of those years, he was beaten by a movie that wasn't necessarily whitewashed over the people that were had prominent African-American roles in it, but they didn't really tackle racism the way Spike did it, the way it's really out there. Well, in 1990, Driving Miss Daisy lost to Do the Right Thing. In 2019, Green Book lost to Black Klansman.
Okay, here's where you're going to be mad at me. Do the Right Thing didn't deserve no award. Didn't deserve an award at all.
It was the best movie that year.
Black Klansman, that's questionable. Black Klansman is questionable because it exposed something that a lot of people didn't know. To my surprise, but Do the Right Thing, that didn't deserve no damn award.
Name
That
name a
was
better
alright
movie
at
that year.
best.
Name a better movie that year.
Well, I was only like 12 in 1990, so I really
So
can't.
I really need you to watch Do the Right Thing now as an adult, and you'll see how powerful that movie was.
I'll pass.
It didn't
Just
pull
like
any
Home School
punches.
Days
It
wasn't
dealt
that
with
good.
racial tensions, and it put people in a negative light, but it told the truth. Same as Black Klansman. And
Listen, I ain't care for School Days either.
School
like
Days,
some of
I
Spike
don't do
movies, I was like,
musicals.
oh.
I don't do musicals, so I agree with you there. I think, you know, Heather makes fun of me because the only musical that I will tolerate was Sweeney Todd, and that's because every 30 seconds somebody's getting their throat slit.
That's tragic. What was it Mount Santa Clara, Santa Ana Spike did? That movie should have got an award. That was a good movie.
Miracle at Santa Ana. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should have got Best Picture. If you want to talk about a Spike movie that should have got it, that should have got it. Malcolm X should have got Best Picture.
Agreed. Jungle Fever was a damn good movie.
Which one?
Jungle Fever. And what was the other one Denzel was in? That was a great movie. The other one.
I wouldn't go Jungle Fever.
No, the one where he played the trumpet.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Diary of Moon in a blue dress or whatever.
No.
I'd go with that. Is that what it was? I forgot what it was. I'm gonna have to watch
Better
before
Blues.
class.
Mo Better Blues.
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't called Mo Better Blues.
Yes, it was.
Okay, well, it was another movie he did with Denzel. And Denzel was a detective, and it was back in like the 60s and 70s.
Okay, yeah, you talking about Devil in a Blue Dress.
That movie could have got one. Or the movie with Denzel when he was a cop a few years back that I love. I watch every time it comes on.
Training Day.
What?
Training Day.
No, not Training Day. The one that Denzel did with Spike.
Oh, okay. That was the one where Inside Man?
They in the back. Yes.
Yeah.
That. Woo. And then the movie Spike did for Netflix. That should have won something. For the Bloodsmen or whatever, the Five Bloods.
The Five Bloods. Yeah.
Yeah, Five Bloods. That movie was trippy. But then he do shit like Chirac. So it's just what you have to realize.
Hey, don't forget Clockers.
That's all I can say about Clockers.
I love how you strategically got that logo in front.
Yeah, I did that for you. Yeah, I did that for you. I did it for you. Now, people don't care about that. We got to lean into the camera. So here's what I will say, just to sum up the whole Oscar thing. And this is going to tie into like a whole world type thing. What we all fail to realize that we keep wanting to skip over and just overlook. Nice. The world is old. The world is old white money. It's old white period. It's old and white like your beard. We got a long way before we get color in everywhere to where the playing field is level. So you're not going to see a movie make $100 million win Best Picture award. You're going to see a movie that made $100,000 win Best Picture award. It cost $10,000 to make. Because it's still old white money, even though they said that they've infused blacks into the Oscars. What they meant by infused blacks is we got more black hosts, black entertainers. We ain't got more black voters. Like, I give a little real props. He did a good job to clip us off. We ain't close, stole the show. Who knew she knew who EU was and started doing the butt? Fuck my head all up. But it's just,
I knew kind of that Glenn Close was about that years ago when she spent that season on The Shield. If you act in the same show with Anthony Anderson, it's gonna rub off on you.
She was on The Shield? I didn't know that.
Yes, she was one of the main cops trying to get Vic fired or jailed.
It's one of the things where now it's cool to show what you kept hidden. whether it be love for black shit, nerdy white shit, or whatever. It's cool to show your inner self now if you're in touch with yourself. A lot of people, they still don't, like right now, you know. I'm a big fan of this show called Married at First Sight. Watch the shit religiously. Die laugh. 2 years ago, I wouldn't say that on no recording.
I have no idea what that's about.
It's basically Married at First Sight. Say you and Heather never met each other before. Y'all sign up to be on the show on Lifetime, and they tell you, hey, get your groomsmen together. All right, we pick the tuxes out. Invite your family, about 50 people. Be at this place on this day and this time. You're going to meet your wife. Y'all going to be married for 3 months, 2 or 3 months. Just 3 months, 3 months. Then on the 90th day, we got decision day. To where you go come and say, let's stay married or let's get divorced. This whole time, we gonna send you on a honeymoon page for. Y'all go do your date, work, live, whatever. Come home to each other. Y'all just go figure it out if y'all want to stay married or not. While we done matched you together off your profile. We done, did all these little things, all rigmarole, and okay, Richard and Heather go together. Put them together. Boom. Three specialists said you guys were the one for each other. Wild. Some wild shit be happening. Some good, some bad. Had one to where this dude, he was so wild. This motherfucker got his ex-wife pregnant. Fucked her when he went to go see her for a funeral 3 weeks to a month before he knew he was getting married.
Wow.
So the chick was like, so you didn't know you was going to get married to me or whatever? He was like, I knew. She was like, but you went to this wedding a month prior to this funeral and you have unprotected sex with your ex-wife, with your ex-fiance. You're like, well, sorry, I didn't know that was going to happen. Next thing you know, he had sex with me. She's calling to tell me she's pregnant.
See, that's why I can't fuck with this reality TV show stuff.
No, this is one of the ones to where it's not scripted and it's just they just recording what's going on. Now, some stuff they may chop up a narrative or whatever, but overall everything's recorded. Like they send you on trips. You may do stuff with other couples or whatever. You learn the person's like say what you running or whatever. It might be an episode when you show Heather, y'all go running together. You teach her about that. She might teach you about pottery or something. It's crazy. You see how crazy people can be. You see how cool people can be.
Yeah, that's true. Now, your guilty pleasure is more hardcore than mine. I would say something like maybe Sons of Anarchy or something like that. A lot of people hadn't seen that until it got wildly popular. And then people
how many seasons was it?
7, I believe.
At least 7 or 8.
Probably.
I started probably season 3, 4 is when I came into the picture.
Okay, so
or maybe 4, 5.
Did you come into it? Did you come in it before or after Jim had killed Jax's wife?
Before.
Okay, so you understand that shit was off the chain once that happened.
Yeah.
Now,
I will say though, yeah, a trash ass ending though to the whole series. I thought that was just dumb as hell.
I disagree because he knew there was no way out. So he knew he was going to die one way or the other. He wasn't going to prison no matter what. So,
but to do like this, roll into a truck,
he wanted to be free.
Man.
He wanted to die free. I get that. I like how he set everything up before he died, though. He made sure the club had no charges on him. He made sure that the clubs that were competing with him were with him, together with him now. He made sure Jimma got hers. He made sure all the people that were innocent got off. He set him up for life. He made sure his kids were with a good dude, with his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, whatever she was.
I wanted her killed so bad for the majority of the show. She used to get on my damn nerves.
Yeah, she did. But it's always the ones you don't want. And like I said, guilty pleasures and people that watch my YouTube Rewind, Relive, Review, a lot of the TV shows and movies that I will put on there are guilty pleasures because, you know, a lot of them were just made in a time where there was more creativity. And I like that. God, what was I
And
going to say?
also one thing about Anarchy that I know we need to move on. Nobody was checking for a show on FX at that time. So that really
I disagree. I just because we had the Shield before that, we had Nip Tuck before that, so FX was known.
Either one,
bro. You've got to watch the Shield. The Shield was, man, it's on point. It's 4 or 5 seasons is what it lasted. If you like Denzel in Training Day, you'll like Vic Mackey. He's one of the dirtiest cops around, and he almost always got out of everything. But when you see how he gets out of stuff and the trouble it causes other people, you're like, this motherfucker is the man.
okay.
Right up until that last show. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. One show that used to be a guilty pleasure, well, I mean, it still was if you watch season 1 through 5. 6 and 7 kind of sucked, especially the very last episode, was Dexter. Dexter had everything going for it. I don't know if you're familiar with the premise of Dexter. He's a blood splatter expert for the California Police Department, but he was also a serial killer. So dudes that got off, he would track them down and kill them. And he never had the body out anywhere. He would cut them up, wrap them in plastic, put them on his boat. And I said California Police, so I meant Florida Police Department. He put them on his boat, roll out somewhere in the middle of the ocean, weight them down, and drop them in so they would never be found again. And he was getting away with that shit too. The reason why I say I don't like the way the show ended, and spoiler alert, kids, but if y'all ain't seen Dexter yet, too bad, so sad. He chose not to kill anymore at the spur of the moment and decided to hide out somewhere in the woods and become a lumberjack. The very last episode has him in his lumberjack hat sitting there on a log crying a little tear. I'm like, what the fuck? It was one of the worst endings ever of any show ever.
So he never got caught then?
No, he did not. The people that knew about it, he killed. I mean, his sister was the only one that knew about it that he didn't kill, but he ended up inadvertently getting her killed because she was a police officer and she got shot because she wasn't paying attention. Now, I will say this. So many people have said that the show sucked so bad with that ending. The original producer for seasons 1 through 4 is coming back and bringing the show back for another season on Cinemax. And he said that he's going to right all those wrongs because he said Dexter is a serial killer. It cannot end this way. So I'm
all he gonna do, he's just gonna kill Dexter. That's all he gonna do.
That's fine. I want him to go out like a serial killer that got caught instead of a punk that decided to sit on a log and cry. If you go spend 4 years killing people, how are you going to all of a sudden stop and then cry about it because you can't kill anymore?
True. It just like it's too little too late.
I don't think it's too late because they need to change that shit because that was horrible. All right. Anyway, I guess I'm going to go to this one before I go to the next one because I got that Transformer thing that you sent me in my head with that automated Optimus Prime. For those of you who don't know about it, it is an actual Transformer toy that transforms. I don't mean you transform it. You give it a command, whether it be voice command or on your phone, and he either transforms into Optimus or back into the semi. That was pretty nice. Not $700 nice.
And it rolled.
Not $700
too.
nice though.
I don't know, bro.
First of all, if they had the trailer and he just back on up and attach it, that would have been the icing on the cake. But
See, there go black person asked for too much.
for $700, am I asking for too much?
Yeah.
Bro, that's the tires on the back
I
of my car.
how much it costs to make it.
I guess. If I'm asking for too much, I'm asking for too much. But, you know, when I showed it to Darian this afternoon, he was like, eh. So that told me right there, if you got some nostalgia and you want to drop $7 on it for yourself, go ahead. Your kid's probably not going to have too much interest in it after it transforms in and out a couple times.
That wasn't made for kids. That was made for strictly adults.
I guess not. For $700, $7, ain't no kid in the world gonna get that. Little rich spoiled kids, but the reason why I brung Optimus Prime up last week on the show, you were talking about the A-Team van, and it's iconic in TV history. Iconic.
Yes.
So on this show, everybody, for those of you who don't know, because we haven't done it in a few weeks, we got one must go or one gotta go. We up in the game. 5 gotta go. The reason why I say that is because I'm going to mention 14 iconic TV automobiles. Now, for the A-Team van to move into that top 10, 5 of them gotta go.
So you should have set this up in like a tournament setup. That's how you should have did it.
I know. We got plenty of stuff that we gonna do tournament style. So I got the wheels rolling. You ain't got to worry about that. I'm just gonna mention these, and all you gotta do is say yay or nay. If we get to 4 of them, we automatically know the A-Team van is in there. This is the 1958 Plymouth Fury from the movie Christine.
Trash.
All right, that's one. See? 1963 Volkswagen Beetle, the Herbie the Love Bug.
Trash.
That's 2.
Trash.
It gets hard now. 1981 DeLorean. You can't fuck with that. The DeLorean got to stay.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that one.
Aston Martin DB5. There's no way James Bond's car is gone.
Man,
James Bond car got to stay.
Get that up out of here.
1968 Ford Mustang GT. That's from Bullet. That's an iconic Mustang, bro.
Get that up out of here.
Okay, you and I see totally different on that.
Bonds and the Mustang, they both can go.
But I'm talking about these are popularity.
They can go.
1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor, the Ghostbusters mobile.
See, I knew you was gonna bring that one up. I'm torn on that. We'll come back to that. That has the asterisk by it. We'll come back.
1982 Pontiac Trans Am, Kit from Knight Rider.
Oh, Kit stay.
Yeah, Kit ain't going nowhere.
Kit ain't going nowhere.
It gets harder now. So
I saw Magnum PI's Ferrari yesterday.
Oh, that's coming up too. This is getting harder now. So Ghostbusters might go. All right, 1969 Dodge Charger, Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee.
Take the flag off, let it stay.
All right, 1977 Pontiac Trans Am, Smokey and the Bandit.
I'll let Smokey ride. Let it stay.
See, it's getting harder to drop that last one. All right, 1975 Ford Gran Torino, the Orange Tomato, Starsky and Hutch.
Let it go.
What? No, the striped tomato, man.
Let it go.
The Starsky and Hutch mobile staying. 1972 Ferrari Daytona Spider, Miami Vice.
That's got it. I want to drive that. That's got to stay.
The black one.
Black or white, it got to stay.
Well, the
Rear
white
view
one's
mirror's
next.
way out
The
there.
white one's next. 1983 Ferrari Testarossa.
Yeah, the simple fact that the rear view mirror was like 30 feet away, that's got to
That's true.
have fucking binoculars to look at the rear view to see if you can do anything. That stays.
And I love the Testarossa, but the black one is my favorite. I love that Daytona Spider. Man, that convertible Ferrari was
the shit.
the black one was the shit. But I'll take either one of them. Interesting fact, while I was looking them up before I finished out this list, the black Daytona Spider wasn't a real Ferrari that they used on the show. It was a converted Chevrolet something or another.
Oh.
They made it look like a Ferrari from different parts and pieces.
TV magic.
Yes, sir. All right. 1955 Lincoln Futura, the Batmobile.
You know what? Let the Batmobile go. Keep Ghostbusters. Let the Batmobile ride out.
All right. Ferrari 308 GTSI, the original Magnum PI Ferrari.
I saw that yesterday. It was in pristine condition. Beautiful. Gotta keep that. I was a sexy motherfucker.
2018 Ferrari. I forget the model number on the new Magnum PI.
Keep it. That's a sexy motherfucker.
And therein lies our list. So by hook or crook, Ghostbusters was the fourth one out. So, Ghostbusters stayed. The Batmobile was the fourth out. So the A-Team van stays. The Batmobile goes. So that's your top 10.
Had you said the Michael Keaton Batmobile, Ghostbusters would have won. I'd have kept Michael Keaton's Batmobile.
Well, you know what? I started to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm like, oh my God, there's so many different Batmobiles. Because if I would have put Keaton's in there, I would have wanted to put the tank in there from the Christian Bale Batman movies.
I'd have let that one go. I'd have let the tank go.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd have kept that one and let the Michael Keaton one go.
I'm surprised you didn't add Airwolf from I'm surprised you didn't add the helicopter.
I couldn't do that because it just had to be land vehicles, no air vehicles. Because that's a whole different thing we get into. I mean, there were so many things that popped up when I was searching online. You had the animated stuff. There's no way I'm gonna put the Scooby-Doo van in here. They had other stuff like the Beverly Hillbillies, whatever it is they drove. I'm like, no. I'm just thinking about these are the ones that I mentioned are ones if you see on the street, you know exactly what those vehicles are and where they're from. For obvious reasons, the Adam West Batmobile, you know, this is what it is. For obvious reasons, you know, oh, the General Lee, with or without the flag on top. You know that's what it is when you see the 01 on the door.
Just the way the door is in the front of it, you just know. But for some reason, though, it just, I don't know, the Batmobile back in the day, it was just as irritating as the Ghostbusters, but the Ghostbusters was just a little bit cooler.
And see, I would have, I agree with you dropping the Batmobile, keeping Ghostbusters, but I would have dropped Ghostbusters and kept the Starsky and Hutch car. That Ford Gran Torino was tight.
But it wasn't touching. I mean, it's like, it's that and Dukes of Hazzard. You know, I really had Dukes of Hazzard, you know, because they jumping over shit. They jumping over cars.
Yeah, they destroyed a lot of cars in that series too. I think they went through 2 every week. They kept the mechanic in business.
Yeah.
All right, so that's where I was going with the vehicles. So there's our 5 gotta go, and obviously we reached 5. So the AT&T van is safe. So I pity the fool that differs from what we got. But while I'm thinking of it, if you do differ with what we got, please drop us a line at the Two Dudes Podcast at yahoo.com, or on the if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment there. Tell us what your top 10 would be on TV and movie automobiles. All right, Kev. social presence in athletics, whether it be I'll open it up to athletes and entertainers, because I saw this, I want to say over the weekend or a little bit before. There was a bar owner that said that he would refuse to play Laker games until LeBron was out of the league because of comments LeBron made online. And I've read some of the things that LeBron has said online, and I got to reinforce the fact that, yeah, LeBron is the stupidest player in the NBA right now. First of all, you don't declare yourself the king, especially when there's a GOAT out there still. Second of all, it's okay. I believe it's okay for athletes and entertainers to voice their opinions about things if they know what they're talking about, because we all have professions and we all have a right to say what we want to say or what we feel. But, when he's speaking out of turn about something and then has to go back repeatedly and apologize, that kind of shows your true colors there, bro. I don't agree with the bar owner. He just gonna lose some business because he's too stupid to play Laker games, which is what everybody's coming to see. But LeBron needs to concentrate on basketball. Your thoughts on that?
So what did he say though? What did I miss?
Oh, he's made several commentaries on things. There was when the George Floyd trial ended, where what was his name, Derek Chauvin, was guilty. He wrote something, "You're next." Bro, we don't need that. We're trying to prove that, African American people are people too. We're not animals. We're not these people that the police make us out to be and are just capping repeatedly. So you're not making it any better for the rest of us by putting "you're next." Then he had something to say when Mark Davis tweeted that tweet about "we can breathe again." When the family of George Floyd tweeted back, "we support Mark Davis. We understand where he was coming from, and we agree we can all breathe again for the people that cannot breathe anymore." And then LeBron's like, "Okay, I get it." Well, it's a little bit too late, LeBron.
No, I was with LeBron on that one. That Mark Davis shouldn't have touched it. That was a poor choice of words.
It was a poor choice of words, but anybody with half a brain knew where he was coming from. I understood where he's going.
It not happened because when I saw it, I got irritated by it. And it wasn't no Kansas City Raiders. So it was just like, are you fucking serious? One judgment for one man we ain't breathing. We still on fucking life support. So I thought that was in poor taste. Then when I saw that George Floyd brother said it, sadly in my mind, I was like, oh, this nigga just mad because he happy because he getting money. He about to be rich and be ignorant with money. But he don't realize that's one out of how many? That was still, it was in poor taste. That's one where Mark or whoever for the Raiders tweeted it, they should have been like, hey, we happy for him. Go general as possible. Don't try to be down. When you try to be down, that's when shit goes in the flames. And they was in flames until his brother was like,
yeah,
he's supporting us. We talked to him. But even then, he still couldn't put the fire out. They was under fire for like another 2 days.
Yeah, I do agree. It was a poor choice of words. He should have said something like, "Let's continue to think about the people that are no longer here," or "let's care for each other who's still here," something like that.
And you go real general with it. You don't give a quotable just so you can put it on a t-shirt or something. Because they was about to put that shit on the t-shirt. You saw a little Raider logo and everything. Them motherfuckers was about to sell that. I'm glad what happened to stop that, because it would have been way worse.
I believe so.
And seeing that Vegas is back to what I've been told, they down there back to normal, where it's like 100 people on the streets at all times. You didn't want that boycott outside of the stadium with it being packed like that.
That's true.
You wouldn't want that before the draft. That would have been a bad omen to start the season.
Well, you can best believe if it's a boycott, that stadium's still going to be full. Too many people have waited a year to get in to see some football games everywhere around the country. So
I'm
We
not doubting that, but I'm saying you don't want that aura around your team.
true.
You know how superstitious sports are. You don't want that around because you don't know what that'll lead to. But I'm glad that Floyd's brother spoke up. I just wish he'd have been more educated, not to have spoke how he spoke, where this whole slippery slope didn't happen. But my thing with any sports, if it's not you involved directly, stay general when you're trying to support. Let your players speak. Just like when Kyrie spoke last week. He spoke eloquently. He educated everybody. Things moved on.
True. All right. So, lastly, here the CDC says if you've been vaccinated, no more mask is required in public places.
Yeah, according to your president, Mr. Biden, or Grandpa Joe, as he's known in these streets, no one has to wear a mask anymore. Numbers being where they are, vaccinations doing what they're supposed to do. We don't need masks anymore. I forgot what day it said starting, but I'm still just like, I don't know about that, bro. I got a feeling we about to end up back where we started.
So, here's where I stand on this. I live in a more rural area. It's a lot more sparse where I live, a lot less people, so a lot less public interactions. So where I'm at, it's easier to be out and about in places without a mask. So I understand that that's what he wants to do. That's going to be part of his legacy as president, but you need to release this slowly and deliberately. Places like Florida or New York, they should be among the last places to adopt and or enforce this kind of thing. If it's slow and deliberate, it has a shot.
A lot of these city, states, or whatever, hell, they never bought the guidelines to begin with. It's just we've been lucky enough to fan out the flame in other situations to where overall it's like, okay, we good. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how shit goes in the next month or so or whatever. Now that traveling is about to be full fledged, you got people traveling everywhere now. Granted, overseas ain't open up for real, but you still got people traveling to the little islands and shit like that. Yeah. So we about to see. And they talk about Hawaii, they tourism jumped up 100%, and told they more trash is everywhere now or whatever. So we about to see what's about to happen. Because the world, I say, we in the end of April, by June, everything gonna be like it was 2 years ago. So we gonna see what's up.
Well, fingers crossed, prayers up. Hopefully it'll be all good. That's all I got in the news. You got anything you want to add as we shut it down?
No, my brother. Gotta go be a dad. Gotta go get my kid from soccer, see how the game went, shit like that. So I'm hoping they won. This has been a rough season.
I thought they was doing good.
It's been a rough season.
Man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they've gotten 2 wins.
Ooh.
Started out good, then a lot of ass whooping and mercy rules have been happening.
Oh, wow.
And one was so bad, the coach finally got pissed and told them, if you can walk, you better be at practice on Friday.
Damn.
I was like, it's about motherfucking time. All the ass whoopings I done had to sit and watch.
It's been a long time since I heard a coach talk like that.
Hey, I didn't think he had it in him. So we'll see. But at the same time, it's a young team going against all these little small ass, podunk ass towns that ain't got shit to do. They've been playing with each other probably since kindergarten. They like senior laced and shit like that or whatever. So this season rough. Next season I expect better. That's all you really can do.
Yeah, all they can do is end it on a high note and use that as a springboard and go from there.
Yeah. Real quick, good laugh for you. Well, update. Trying trying to put together this episode on dating. I'm trying to put this together. I'm trying to make it happen. This is gonna be a good one if I can pull it off. Trying to make that happen.
Do you have do you have a female yet?
That's what I'm working on.
I got a prospect too. I won't know until probably the day after tomorrow, because I ain't doing shit tomorrow, but the day after.
Yeah, I reached out to 3. This might be a 2-parter where I'm trying to make this happen, trying to get it sequenced.
It can be as many parts as we need it to be. Yeah. Let it do what it do.
It's our shit, so I'm working on that. Good laugh for the people. So X tried to come back into the world, try to be an old flame, try to be a new flame. But each time she flaked out, didn't come through, didn't keep promises or whatever. So I said to myself, so do some investigating. Something ain't right. I investigate, do my due diligence. You know what I'm saying? I'm creeping on the come up, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm balling on East 1999, trying to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
And for the love of money, she got a fiance. I said, oh, wow. I would not be in the window seat across the street watching you with somebody else waiting for my turn. So I was like, yeah, I'm not the man in the mirror on this one. I will gladly say goodbye.
You ain't trying to be that F boy?
Nah, I ain't trying to be the fuck boy at all. So needless to say, I treat like Mutombo, not in my house. And I unfriended and blocked her because I ain't got time for the bullshit.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's going to be a snippet on Two Dudes Podcast.
Yes. Not in my house. Not today. Yeah. I treat that shit like that box of cereal when he blasts. Motherfucker, I was like, no, I will not be that person. Yeah, so that's new in my world. That's just not going to happen. It's not going to.
Yeah, I can't blame you there.
Yeah, that's horrible.
All right, so in addition to that, keep your eye on the draft, because there'll be plenty to talk about next week as far as, our respective teams. Gotta get Nelson on here again soon so we can get that NFC perspective.
I'm going to holler at him, see if we can do next week. Or see if we might need, I think next week need to be a 2. We need to do 2 next week. We need to have a draft special recap, and we need to just do our regular shit. Since some like sports and some don't, we need to do a draft special next week.
Yeah. If you stuck with the podcast throughout the entire episode today, you noticed that it wasn't really sports heavy because, well, the NFL's kind of quiet right now because you got people in war rooms with their draft boards putting stuff together. So it's going to be jumping off next week.
Yeah, so we're doing 2 next week. We're gonna do our I'm a holler at Nail, and when I got this, I'm on my way to go get my child. I'm gonna holler at him and go from there.
For those people that are watching this podcast now, thank you very much. Do us a great honor. Hit that like button. Let us know how much you love us. Show the homies some love. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do subscribe, because the last time I looked at YouTube, I got a lot of reports, and 90% of the people that have watched on YouTube were not subscribers. They stumbled on by either keywords or something like that in the YouTube algorithm. So make sure you subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. That way when we drop one, especially these next couple of weeks where we might drop 2 episodes a week for 2 or 3 weeks straight. That way you don't miss out.
Okay.
All right, my brother.
That's true.
Another good one. The the A-Team van. I keep wanting to call it the AT&T van. The A-Team van managed to stay in the running. Yeah, 2 different things.
All right. Well, I ain't gonna close the usual because y'all done seen it enough today. Y'all already know. This is what I'll say. Little mini rant. Your hands coming up the logo, so you already fucked it up. So, me and Richard have got somewhat big time for y'all. Just wanted to share with y'all. We had a company hit us up doing an endorsement. Who knew? 2 niggas from KC would get hit up for an endorsement. We only like 50-something shows in. You know what I'm saying? That we was proud of that. Don't ask us to do an endorsement. You want us to buy the product. Send us the product. That's how you do an endorsement. Don't be a damn rookie trying to get us to spend money on a product we ain't never heard of. You send it to us, we'll test it out. We'll give our honest opinion. We'll do a commercial for it or whatever on this podcast. Beginning, middle, and end, however you want to do it. Well, respect us and send it. Don't try to charge us for it. But on that note, your boys got hollered about a product. Yeah, but as you do your due diligence, you do your work, you go into the light, burst the darkness, you never know what can come from it. As long as you keep going to that light, you expect good things to come from it. Going to the dark, you get what you get. Me personally, I'm trying to stay in the light as much as I can because I've been through enough dark. I want to see nothing but daylight from here on out. On that note, it's been good. Please, God, please. Otherwise, we'll be back at it again next week. And hey, when y'all see this, it'll be after the fact. Make sure y'all tell my boy happy birthday because he's gonna be that good 15 again.
15 backwards.
We about this bitch. Holla at us.
Stay positive, stay blessed.